everyone, welcome back. My name is Lynn and welcome to my home. I hope you're enjoying your day today and whatever you find yourself doing. So I'm just going to sit here and have a little pantry chat with you, a little stockpile chat, and bring you up to speed on what's happening in my world with my pantry, stockpile, and my mess. So yeah, grab your coffee and let's chat. I'll fill you in what's happening. Okay, so I brought you over to one of my pantries that I have. I probably, if you've been with me for a long time, when I started doing my YouTube videos, I had a closet that was my primary stockpile overflow pantry. I had everything in there. I loved that closet. It was probably the most organized and efficient stockpile that I've ever had in all the years I've been doing this. We live in a very small house and it is a rental, so we cannot, knock down walls and things like that. So we have been on a path in the last couple of years of decluttering and reorganizing, and I would say more so now, not so much decluttering as simplifying. So that's one of the things I'm doing in my pantry and stockpile. The rest of my house, we've been going through this journey, but my stockpile has been somewhat neglected. So I want to revamp, reorganize, refresh, restock, revitalize. We're going to do a lot of re's in my pantry and stockpile. So we got rid of the closet as a pantry, stockpile, overflow. So the pantry and stockpile needed to be revamped. Many of you have seen this cabinet. This is what the front doors look like. And then it's a good solid cabinet. It has 3 shelves. There's 1, 2, and then one way down in this area here as well. And this was free. It was on the, let's just say it was a gift on the side of the road is the best way to describe it, but it was free and it's gorgeous. I mean, it's really nice. So I don't know what you would use it for, but I use it as one of my pantries. So I have now things scattered about in my house. So we came up with plan B and C and D. We might be up to plan Q on how to organize a pantry stockpile now that I don't have one closet to put it in. And things work for a little bit and then one of the things that we decided to do, this would be in November of 2022. We decided to eat out of our pantry and stockpile, and we have done that for a year. So in November of 2023, which has just passed, would have been a year. We're now into the middle of January, and we're still doing that. What I have found that, remember 2020? Anybody else remember that crazy time that we all lived through and survived? We filled our pantries, we grabbed things, and as you can see over here, I have all this tomato sauce and things. I bought things and I purchased things because you didn't know if you'd find them the next week when you went. So at least for me, and we've talked about, did some panic buying. Was it right? No, I should not have done it, but I did it. I don't want to waste food. Talk about is, where are you at with your pantry and stockpile? We decided to start eating out of our pantry and stockpile in 2022 in November because I had a lot of pasta, I had a lot of sauce, I had a lot of instant potatoes, I had a lot of, down here I have cans of soup. We don't eat canned soup. It is not something we ever really eat. If we eat 1 can of soup a year, I'd say that's about our norm. I make mostly, now that's just me. I'm not saying canned soup is wrong. That might be your cup of tea. But we don't eat canned soup. And I had it, you always think have some chicken noodle soup on hand in case someone gets sick. We don't, it sounds good in theory, but it's not something I forget the soup is there. What we found in that year of eating out of our pantry, and I challenge you, if you have an overflow of food, not just, 2 weeks worth. If you have several months worth of food and you find that when you look in there, you have stuff that you're like, I don't know. I challenge you to eat it and to use it. One of the things we found, we've actually found out a few things, but several of the things that we found out is, one is from 2018, 19, and 20, we ate certain foods. We are no longer eating them. Whether our taste buds have changed, our lifestyle has changed, maybe certain products we can't find anymore or discontinued, whatever the case might be, we're just not eating certain things. We've also found that our lifestyle has changed in terms of activity. So I would buy certain convenience food because of the amount of activity we were doing, where now I can maybe make it from fresh or homemade or from scratch because I have a little bit more time to do that, where a few years ago I was running around with kids and activities and homeschooling where we're not doing that anymore. So in that last year, we ate a lot of the pasta down. We ate a lot of the sauces down. One thing I have is a lot of like diced tomatoes and this tomato sauce. I don't use this. I used to use all this stuff. I used to use the diced tomatoes a lot. I used to use a lot of these things, and I just, like I said, we changed what we eat. The news is, I have now discovered where and what we like to eat. I have a lot of peanut butter. We are gifted peanut butter all the time. My son used to eat a lot of smoothies, like banana peanut butter smoothies, and my husband used to love a peanut butter sandwich. They both still enjoy that, but my husband doesn't eat them. He used to have a peanut butter sandwich every night. He no longer does that. He might have one on the odd occasion. My son used to have the peanut butter smoothies almost every day. He does that maybe once or twice a month. Again, taste buds change, your lifestyle changes. So I need to use up some of this peanut butter or gift it to someone, because peanut butter with oil can go rancid and we don't want that. I have found what works for us. I am finding menus are being very much simplified in our house. I actually made a list of all the things that I enjoy eating because I go to work, and so I don't always have the option of staying home and making, waffles and scrambled eggs and all that good stuff that you might do in the morning, or fresh oatmeal. I have to do things that are more on the go. So I can make a baked oatmeal, which is wonderful, and then I can warm that up at work. Or sometimes I'll just take things like granola bars and have that with a cup of coffee. So I have a lot of these things that I have vacuum sealed also. This actually looks like it didn't vacuum seal very well. But I have chickpeas, and I have granola bars, and I have, I wrote on here, oatmeal, April 2023, that I put in a brown bag and I vacuum sealed. So I need to start going through this and opening these up and putting them in better containers, or containers that I'm going to be able to like refill. I have boxes of cereal down here at the bottom, and yet I noticed in my other cabinet where I keep the cereals, 2 or 3 of the containers are empty, and my husband likes a bowl of cereal. Well, I need to replenish those with these cereals. What has happened though is I have things everywhere, and sometimes it's like just a matter of where to find space, so you shove it here and you shove it there. So I need to do several things, and you'll see me doing this over the next few weeks. One is I want to get all the pasta out of boxes. I don't have problems with bugs and things like that in my pasta, but I did have a problem last year. I think it was last year or the year before, and I had bought Rice-A-Roni, which I buy all the time, and I had bought it, and I had maybe had it, I don't know, a month or two in my cabinet, and I always look, I double check on boxed goods. I always look at the expiration date, best by date, whatever you want to call it. There's certain things I get a little weirded out by if they go past. This one had months on it, so it was fine. But when I went to make it, there were some things crawling in that box that shouldn't be there. And it just, like box, everything, garbage, it just totally freaked me out. I don't think I've bought Rice-A-Roni in over a year because of it. There was nothing else in my cabinet. I have no moths. I have nothing. It could have been just that box sitting on the shelf in the store, but it's just made me I keep looking at these boxes thinking I want to put them in jars. So I have a few of these jars, and I'm going to be heading out to Pennsylvania in about a week. And I want to be able to look for like pickle jars and things that they sell at the thrift shops. Amish country, a lot of that is pretty cheap out there. And so I put in here medium-sized shells, and I wrote shells 9 to 11 minutes medium. I have a hard time remembering which pasta and how long to cook it. So I thought I could put them in here, write it on the lid. And I know that we like shell pasta, we like penny pasta, ziti pasta, and so on. And I have a bunch of pastas in here that I got at the discount grocery store. Like I got these with some kind of an egg noodle. We didn't like it, so I have those. I bought these tiny little like bow ties. I never use them, and so I need to use that stuff up and just stick with the pastas that I know we use. I need to get rid of these cans. Now, some of this I will be gifting to people that I know could use it. Don't worry that it's not being thrown out. This food from 2020, and we've been eating it because I've wanted to use it up, because food is meant to be eaten. It's not meant to be stored for eternity. And so as I've been eating it up, I'm realizing these cans haven't gone down in number. I don't know the last time I even used one of these. So to me, I need to pass those on. I would actually rather get rid of them. And if 6 months from now I need it for a recipe, I can buy the one can that I might need. The same with the cans of soup. We don't eat cans of soup. I might keep just 2 or 3 cans, but if I have 20 cans, they've got to go. I want to put all the pasta in jars and have everything out of cardboard and plastic and into glass where I can see what's in the jar. And then too, when I want to do my grocery shopping list, I can look and say, okay, the Shell's noodles are empty, the penny pasta's good, and so on. And then if things go on sale, I can make a list of what I need. I also want to do some kind of like a command hook on here and do an inventory so that as things are taken out or put in, I have something right on here. The other thing I need to do is just now that we've been eating a lot of the food down, I tried to make this like canned goods and pastas, and I don't know, it was breakfast items at the bottom here. I have pancake mix and extra cereals and the peanut butter and things like that. And the other one, I had more of these side dishes, but I kind of got it mixed up. I kind of, you know, like as you do something and you reorganize and you go, that's really not working for me. And that's kind of how I feel. It's not working for me. The boxes don't lay right. The bags, as you can see here, like everything is very much like on top of each other. Like it's just not organized. And I need it specifically organized the way my brain works. So when I come home from work, I can quickly and easily make a meal by what I see. But the other thing I'm finding too is because we are using our pantry up quite a bit, I'm buying just things that are fillers. So if I need sauce, I have the pasta. But then I don't know how much sauce I have because it's shoved in between. I got to reorganize, people. I got to reorganize. I got to do that. I am very limited on time. I haven't had the time to reorganize, but I need to reorganize because I am limited on time. So when I come home, I'm not scrounging and looking through and trying to find things. The other thing about reorganizing is I now, like I said, have simplified the meals that we're eating. And I've made a list of the breakfast that we basically like, the lunches and the dinners. We just used to do more of a variety of meals, and we're just not into that right now. We've really just gone on a much simpler menu, and it's been better for my sanity. I don't have to think about it too much. And with that being said, yes, I want a pantry and a stockpile and an overflow, but only on the things that I know we're specifically eating. Years ago, I could have oddball stuff in here and we would always find use for it. I'm not finding use for it anymore. And so, you know what? Take stock in what you have. Make a list of what I'm using. Now, many of you that are watching with me, I would say are 50 and above. There's a few that are younger. And if you have family at home and younger kids at home, you know, you might have some oddball things that, you know, somebody in your family's going to eat. Keep that stuff. I went through that. For years we had oddball stuff, and somebody was always rummaging and always finding something that they wanted to eat. I don't have that anymore, and I think a lot of my viewers are older. We're not old. We're older. And so our lifestyle has changed. Maybe some of you are empty nesters, or, you know, retired, or working part-time. Some of you have disabilities. And so cleaning out your stockpile, eating up some of the things that maybe you too have leftover stuff from 2020 that you overstocked on, it's time to get rid of it. It's time to eat it, not really throw it out. I don't mean get rid of it that way, but it's time to eat it up. It's time to refresh. And you know what? The prices of food are nuts. But that doesn't mean you cannot have a healthy menu. You can't eat healthy, and you can still refresh your stockpile. If you can get the sales, if you want to use coupons, you want to use all these buy one, get one frees, whatever, that's the time to stock up, and to stock up seasonally. When they have the barbecue season, you can get the condiments. And, you know, when they have, right now is the can season. All the canned goods, at least in our area, January and February is when I can get all my canned goods. And if you want to stock up on those canned vegetables and canned fruit to have them for when such a time as this that you need it. Shop seasonally, shop the sales, but shop for only what you're eating, especially if your lifestyle has changed. And it's okay to say, I no longer eat this. It's okay to say, I have a bunch of stuff in here like soup. I'm never going to eat these cans of soup. Maybe you have a neighbor that's on disability or low income, and maybe you can just gift them a basket of food. Maybe you have a family member and you could say, hey, I'm cleaning out my pantry. And I have people I chat with, I'm cleaning out my pantry, you know, I've got stuff, can you use it? Most times they say to me, you know, I've got stuff too. Do you want to look through some of what I have? And get that going. Maybe you have coworkers. I bring it in with my coworkers. We swap things out and share things as well. So that's what's happening. I am totally reorganizing, refreshing, restocking my pantry and stockpile. And I probably will have, my goal anyway, will be to clean all this up, totally revamp it. Now, mind you, I work full time, so my time is limited. But I want to totally revamp it and reorganize it and get rid of things I know I'm not going to use and pass those on, and really tweak it and make a brand new shopping list that suits my current lifestyle. And I will post that on my website once I get that done, because I would say middle to end of March, I'm going to, I really want to hold back on buying certain things and use up, because I want to hit the discount grocery stores versus doing my regular grocery stores, and see what I can stock up. I like to stock up like in March or April, and then that will last me till middle of the fall season. Then we can stock up in the fall, and that will last me till the following spring. So that twice a year I like to hit the discount stores. Sharp Shoppers, if any of you are aware of that one. BB's, some of you are aware of that one. Grocery Outlet is another one. We don't have many here in New Jersey. Grocery Outlet, we have the other ones. I have to travel from New Jersey to Pennsylvania. What a shame. I have to hit that Amish country. Maybe do a little thrifting when we're out there. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more of challenges of cleaning out and refreshing your stockpile. Also, the other thing I want to do is not only clean it out and refresh it and have it more organized with a, you know, something on the board here, but I want to be able to do that so that I can cook out of my pantry quick, simple, and easy meals that are on a budget. So if you're interested in any of that, I ask you to subscribe and, you know, be notified when I share new videos. I'd love to have you on board, and lots of things coming up in the near future, and got some viewer mail. So 3 of you out there are probably wondering, yes, I got a card in the mail with a gift in it, and yes, I got a box in the mail with several gifts in it. I will be sharing that on the next video. I wanted to get this one out, but I will be sharing that. And my special friend that sent me the card with the gift in it, I owe you an email. I know I do. But on that note, I do want to say at the very end here, and I'll put a picture, I am now a grandma. So we have had an exciting week of baby being born and all that goes with it. And the baby is doing well. He had a few little glitches and they seem to be working their way out. My daughter-in-law is doing okay. She had, I would just say, if you're a prayer warrior, pray for her. She had several unusual complications with the delivery that I'm not going to go into detail. It's not my story to tell, but let me just tell you that probably for the next 2 months, she is going through a very long and hard recovery. So if you are a prayer warrior, pray for her. And our new grandson is here. And Nan and Granddad are loving every second of being grandparents. And Uncle Gavin is delighted to be an uncle for the first time. So that's what I've been busy with in the last week or so. And lots been happening in my world. So I'll bring you back. We're going to be doing more pantry clean outs, reorganizing, and all the rest. We'll talk soon. Thanks for coming over tonight. Hope you enjoyed that cup of coffee while we chatted, and I'll catch you on the next video.